Hi everyone, I'm Michael Fiorentino, and today we're going to talk about Intra.Luxe. The quickest way to describe it is a smart contract protocol in a world where there's multiple stakeholders. This is really easy talking to Web3 people about this because we can kind of all agree on this fact that whoever runs a platform in the traditional big tech Web2 world, they're taking all the content, they're doing the distribution, monetization, the algorithms, and they're taking all the money and pretty much just paying back whatever they feel like. And so you're stuck on one platform. There's not a lot of transparency. Certain apps only work on mobile devices versus other environments. But we really need to think about a world where there's a lot more people. So we have the person who's actually using the platform, person who made the content originally. There's a lot more in between, people who remix, people who curate, people who are controlling the rules of the ecosystem, people who own content and they want to see their content leveraged in new ways, or they don't. And also brands, advertisers. I know we're not like very big into ads and brands. They fund a lot of this stuff. And I would also say the NFT owner, so the digital asset owner, and AI agents. This is pretty much a snapshot of how we look at the ecosystem. The idea is that money is coming in because users are either paying for subscriptions or advertisers are sort of like covering the costs. And we say, okay, well, knowing that there's a lot of people involved here, how do we pay everyone back with a smart contract? So you kind of look, it's like money goes this way and the contribution goes that way. And I also just want to call out, we're living in a world where AI agents are going to be doing all of this and running ecosystems, but AI agents aren't really easily able to have a bank account, but they can work with a lot of cryptocurrencies. So that's part of the idea here too. So on a high level, human or AI makes a media asset, audio, video, data. And in the world that I'm designing for, I come from the ad tech world and I'm a VJ sometimes. So I realized by making these mixes, there's not really that many legal ways to take content from multiple people and put it together without going into the gray media territory, which is actually a huge industry. But anyway, the idea is like take content, put it in clips, filter it, run it through AI, make it faster, edit it however you want, combine them together, different tracks of audio, video that could be interchangeable to make these compilations. And pretty much all of this needs to have some sort of data profile. And a great place to put that kind of data as a record would be on chain. So this is different than standard NFTs. There is some remixing or some like fractionalization and tokenization that happens right now in the current world, but it typically is applied to more flat images. And I tend to think more about time-based content that's actually being consumed in real time. And also it's like, how do we pay a lot of people? How do we see different percentages? It's a world where we're really following the evolution of media from its inception to a bunch of people forking and branching and adding content and modifying stuff. So it's like, let's just do attribution and tag the hell out of everything. So what we look for are environments where, it's a trade-off with everything, but it's like, how do we pretty much work in the proof of stake environment? A lot on base of the top companies that would integrate with this, but really at this stage, we're kind of on the high level. We'll work with anyone. I did also do an exercise to see if it worked with fiat or lightning. Probably not a good idea, but technically possible. These are some mock-ups of the dashboard. So you're kind of minting your content and seeing how it evolves. And you look at how you get paid over time with multiple contributors. And so that's just how we see a lot of apps and services being powered in the future. So right now we're doing it, again, for this kind of like VJ software that I call Ambistream. And so a lot of it is how do we tag the original and the clips? But also we see it working in a lot of other environments. Like if you have a video podcast and you want to have your original 3-hour version, but you want people to actively remix your content and take clips and seconds and put it on different platforms, right now it gets interrupted every time. And we're saying, no, let's just track that journey. We also think we can monetize a lot of micro dramas and interactive content. So yeah, pretty much pay owners, pay creators, pay the next generation. That's the main concept. And the last thing is I'm doing an AI salon here in the Lower East Side on May 11th. We're just talking about our concerns, our hopes, our predictions for the future of AI. It's the opening night event for AI Week New York. So hope to see you there and talk to me after.